Hey there, Super Friends. It's Joey with Last Point Gaming. Today is Wednesday, January 22nd, 2020. Dude, I just looked it up. So, it seems I forgot to upload Monday's episode, so hopefully that either went up right before this one, or is going up right after, or something. Let's see here. What do we got to talk about? There's a purple dot on the back of the Magic cards for the promo materials for the World Championship, so that's got everybody all fired up. Nobody knows what it means, but apparently a lot of people care. As far as the World Championship, who is my champion, it's Kvartek. It is. The guy queued for this tournament playing Golgari Adventures. Like, nope. Dude gets my vote for being able to do absolutely fucking anything he decides he can. I mean, he made the deck look really good, but it's not even like it's all a real spike in play at that point. It's generally regarded as not enough, and now he just fucking kicked ass and took names with that deck. So yeah, no, I believe in that guy. I skimmed through the little note I got in my email box when I selected him. It's adorable. They're kind of cool. Yeah. I'm excited to see how that all shakes out. Right now, of course, my focus is on SCG Philly, because when we planned on going and got a team together and everything, it seems so far away. And it's in like a week and a half, 2.5 weeks. And I still don't have a deck. And Chonkers looks like it's not doing so hot anymore. So, I'm liking the idea of this Heliod combo deck. I have to see how many Walking Ballistas I actually own, though, because damn, that card expensive. And I'm thinking... I don't know. I don't know if... Honestly, I don't know how to evaluate if a card is looking bannable or not. But Walking Ballista seems like an incredibly powerful card. Now, you have to pay a lot of mana to put a counter on it once it's on the battlefield. Like, you know, the cost for counters doubles. But, like, Hangerback Walker, that big limitation there is that it had to tap to put a counter on. So even in, like, the Hardened Scales deck that was in Standard, like, yeah, it got a bunch of counters, but it had to tap to do it. Walking Ballista, if you can't counter that when they're playing that thing for, like, you know, 3 or 4 or whatever, you can't actually stop the damage, because it doesn't tap. It can just remove counters at will. It can just put counters on at will. But it is a lot of mana sink, so I don't know. Like, I've seen it be problematic in Tron lists, but of course, you know, it's Tron. They tap 3 lands and get 7 mana. So, tapping 4 lands gets you 2 counters in Tron. Wow, that just still doesn't seem great, does it? But yeah, I mean, at this point, it's kind of those are mutables, right? Like, I like the mono blacklist. I don't want to buy mutables. There's a bunch of other cards in that list that are really expensive, though. The thing with the Heliod combo deck, I should actually have most of those cards. So, you know, I'll need some Heliods and that kind of stuff. But, like, the newer stuff from Theros. But as far as the stuff not from the new Theros set, I should have most of it. So it's pretty cheap for me to put together. Also, some of the locals are kind of brewing up some differences, and of course I'm not going to tell you what those differences are because I got them DM'd to me rather than put out on Twitter. So clearly they're trying to keep their tech on the down low. What actually means I should have more of the cards for the deck. And some of my favorite old hits. Now the list I'm looking at is a black-white list, and I don't know, personally I prefer just kind of go mono-white and go all in on the life gain strategy. Because what do you got to stop that? Like, Rampaging Ferocidon? And Rampaging Ferocidon? I think that's it. Oh, Tybalt. I keep forgetting him. I mean, don't get me wrong, Thoughtseize is a very good card. And playing black-white opens up sideboard options, you know, for good removal and that kind of stuff, more hand destruction. But I don't know. Like, I kind of prefer the idea of a mono-colored list. Because I don't want to have to be stinging for white off the caves. But, I don't know. I have to really look at it. Also, I don't understand why Gideon Ally of Zendikar in that list. I know, he becomes a creature and all, but, like, you could have Gideon Blackblade, which seems objectively better. Like, always a creature on your turn. You don't have to activate him for that. You get that for free. That's his gift to you. You can give something lifelink or indestructible. Yeah, Blackblade just seems so much better. One cheaper. I mean, that's always good. I don't know. Gideon Ally of Zendikar doesn't seem fantastic there. Like, okay, yeah, you can get the +1/+1 emblem. I don't know. Why don't you just put in Always Watching? Also, I don't like on Offensive the Kintree Spirit. It seems dumb. Like, it seems like she's only in that list for the 2 white mana in her cost. And again, like, I just think you have better options. So I don't know, I'm like kind of thinking about stripping out the black and going mono white and putting in like Ajani's Pridemates and like the Ajani's Welcome enchantment. Really going all in. I don't know though. Like, I really have to think about if it's worth losing the like removal and hand destruction, because removal in white is bad. Like, you're looking at O-ring effects, and that's about it. We don't have path. We don't have path. We don't have swords. We just don't really have great removal in white. Honestly, if I'd run one of those O-ring effects, I kind of think I'd go with Ixalan's Binding. It really seems like the best out of all of them, except for maybe Conclave Tribunal. Just because you're flooding the board with a bunch of these little tiny creatures. So, being able to cast Conclave Tribunal off the backs of summoning sick creatures seems fine. I saw one mono white list that had cast out. played the O-Ring Angel. I don't remember what it's called. Also, Archangel of Thune. I think it's good in that list. Not so much for the pay to attack, because, again, you're trying to gain a bunch of life. But the paying to block thing may be relevant. Also, she's got, I think, 3 white mana symbols in the mana cost. So if you're going to play Archangel of Thune, you almost have to go mono white. Like, you're strongly encouraged. Also, I don't think Thoughtseize is that great in a list that runs no basic swamps. I feel like you want to Thoughtseize on turn 1, and that list is heavy on the white mana because it's heavy on the white side. That, I don't know, I just don't want to end up drawing a Thoughtseize when I need gas and my opponent has no cards in hand, you know? I don't know, I have to think about it. I mean, I'm still looking at Chunky Red. I don't like that it's going towards the Eidolon of the Great Revel way, because I hate that card. I hate everything about that card. I never want to play that card, ever, ever, ever. I understand it's a great card, and somehow people make it work to do great things, and maybe in, like, Chunky Red it's better, where your CMC is a little higher, and not absolutely everything you play triggers it. But, like, it being in the modern burn list, I've never liked that card. Every time I've played it, it has put me in a worse position than it put my opponent. And, I mean, I get it. Clearly, I'm just not playing it right. But, yeah, not a fan of that card. I have them. I'm just not a fan of them. I also wonder why there's not a more low to the ground mono red list. Why, like, mono black is the true aggro list of the format, but I get it. When you're playing against bigger creatures, you know, especially big cheap creatures, well, big low mana cost creatures, like Hydroid Krasis, Fatal Push, 100% better than a Bolt. And we don't even have Bolt in this format, so... yeah, I like the mono black list, but there's a lot I would need to invest in for it. That's not likely to see modern play. Though they are talking at the shop finally about converting standard to Pioneer on Friday nights, which would be awesome, because like our standard showing has been pretty much non-existent. I don't want to drop a bunch of money on cards for a deck that I rarely get to play, you know? Now, the hope is that we're going to be ordering my new rig next week. If all goes as planned and nothing explodes. In which case I can get back on Moto and do some playing on there. But even still, if I'm not getting an opportunity to play Pioneer in paper, there's no reason to buy into an expensive Pioneer deck. I just really want to play the format. And I'm not going to play Standard. Like, when it comes to putting together a deck for Philly, with me and Sage being on the team, one of us gets to play Modern. The other one has to play a different format, and neither of us play Standard. I'm at least excited about Pioneer. And it looks like it's a lot of the same cards I'd be investing in either format, so I'd rather have cards in the non-rotating format. buy cards from Furnabelle Drain. I don't know though. But yeah, I really like the Heliod combo list. I really wish there was a good Oketra's Monument list running around out there. Because I feel like there's got to be something with that go wide strategy. I really like the idea of getting to play Duskadon again. I like that card. I like that card a lot. I mean, we don't have Surgical in this format. We only have Unmoored Ego to try to disrupt the combo. So, I don't know. I feel like that Heliod combo is pretty safe. Big thing is just getting your stuff out. I did see a list running Idyllic Tutor, which gets you your Heliod, I think. I think that allows you to go get an enchantment. I also saw a Board the Weatherlight list, which kind of makes sense because both Walking Ballista and Heliod are pulls off that because they're both historic cards. I guess with playing 4 Planeswalkers, 3 Heliods, 4 Ballistas, and Daxos, your hits on it probably aren't too bad. But yeah, I really want to find a way to make it work. I really got to analyze whether I think the black splash is worth it. Because I feel like it might not be. Especially when you can have, Dustadon and... I guess you don't really want, planar cleansing. Because that, hurts you too, but... Dustadon seems pretty quality. I also wonder if you want Tithe Taker in that list. Maybe in the board. Feels like that could be a good card, right? Especially in the mirror, because every activation of Walking Ballista costs at least 1. Multiple if you have multiple of them out, because that stacks. And yeah, they use the first counter removal to kill the Tithe Taker, but you gotta have the mana to do it then, right? I don't know. I like that Pioneer seems like it's still not quite the solved format. It's still growing and evolving. It feels new. But also, Theros just came out. And the only paper Pioneer event I know of between now and Philly is the weekend right before it. So I'm gonna have to look at Moto deck dumps and probably more high-end Moto Pioneer events, like the challenges and the PTQs and that kind of stuff. list. Seriously, I'm absolutely terrible at engineering decks. It's Cody and I were having a chat today, and he sent me one deck list. I was like, yeah, I kind of like that. It was just like, you know, a more generic white weenies deck list. He's like, well, you know, you have to evaluate the cards in Theros and see what you think will be good in the format and everything. I'm like, have you met me? I want to put the 6-drop from fucking Theros in my humans deck. I know this is a bad idea, but Haktos, on the other hand, man, seriously, I think that card could be good in humans. Because I think 2 is your worst hit there, but anything after that, like, if you get 4, nobody spends 4 on a removal spell. I mean, except for, you know, board wipes, but... And there aren't many 4 CMC creatures that get played. So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to end up playing, but I really got to pick something like now and start getting it put together. Get sleeves and shit. Deck box. I wonder if I have time to put in an order from BCW. Oh, I think Boss said he can order from them. Because I actually do really like the BCW sleeves. I've found them to be pretty great. They're probably the sleeves I like the most since KMC's had their hiccup in production, and I just no longer trust them. But what are all you playing? There's unfortunately, like, going through the top decks on Goldfish for Pioneer, there's, like, not a whole lot I find appealing. And I always enjoy playing a deck that comes out of left field and everybody's like, what the hell does that card do? Man, there was, the card from Old Ravnica, or Return to Ravnica, I think. Was it from there or Theros? I want to say it was an Overload card that, like, for each attacking creature, you put, like, a 1/1 whatever human soldier knight thing in the battlefield, tapped and attacking. Oh, that would be so great with Daxos. Well, with Daxos and Heliod. It's like, okay, I just vomited, you know, 4 creatures into the battlefield. It's 4 triggers on Daxos, which causes 4 triggers on Heliod. Yay! Wish I could remember what that card was called. But, I don't know. It's a big, wide format. Gotta see, what I can do with it. I just want to play something fun, you know? I don't want to play something that makes my head hurt. I don't want to play something that's painful to play or play against. I want to play something where my primary win con is my opponent gets sick of playing against me and concedes. Yeah, we had some hubbub about that again today. I just really dislike that combo players seem to feel that they're entitled to a concession. But anyway, I am at daycare to pick up the kids, so I'm gonna let you all go. As always, if you made it this far with me, thank you very much for listening, and hopefully I'll talk to y'all on Friday.